Look, I was just looking through the latest updates this morning, and honestly, your wallet is about to take a hit in a few completely unexpected ways this month. If you're renting, trying to buy a house, or banking with TSB or Heartland, the rules literally just changed. I want to break down exactly what the banks and the IRD and the supermarkets aren't openly telling you, because you need to play this smart. Seriously, stick around for point number 6, because if you drive a ute, you're personally getting targeted right now. The housing trap. Yep, cramming in. First up, let's talk about housing. We keep hearing that house prices are dropping, right? But don't let that fool you. In my opinion, the real crisis isn't the price on a paper, it's what's happening inside the homes. Standalone houses with a bit of a dirt are still ridiculously out of reach for most of us. So developers are pivoting hard to townhouses. But here's the part that breaks my heart. Because things are so incredibly tight right now, I'm seeing more and more families pulling a full house, literally cramming multiple generations into a tiny rooms just to split the bills. Households crowding is skyrocketing, and it's a massive stress cooker. So my advice, if you're looking to buy, my honest opinion, stop obsessing over quarter act dream. Modern townhouse are your foot in the door. And look, if you're already on a home, or down yourself a massive favor and delete the property apps off your phones today. Watching your house value drop every week does absolutely nothing but stresses you out. Just focus on your own numbers. Yeah, the supermarket shock versus the landlord secret. Now let's talk about the cost of living. Look, I don't need to tell you that groceries are expensive. We all feel it at the checkout. And the food prices shot up over 4% again. But I noticed one massive win hidden in the data that your landlord probably doesn't want you to know. Rent price increases have actually crashed to their lowest point in decade, growing under 3%. What I'll do? If you're renting right now, you actually have some leverage for once. If your landlord tries to hit you with the massive rent increase, call their bluff. Tell them market is cooling and negotiate. Take whatever money you save on a rent and use it to offset those brutal grocery bills by grabbing store brands. Let's be real. The Reserve Bank isn't dropping interest rates while food stays this pricey, so you have to claw back your wins wherever you can. The death of 6% saving. Let's get started on that. If you've been hoarding cash in the bank to earn some interest rate, man, I have a bad news. That party is officially over. You might have seen headlines about BNZ shifting $1.3 billion into covered bonds. Look, forget the fancy financial jargon. What it actually means is the banks are quietly preparing for a drop. They are already slashing their interest they pay you on term deposit. The days of locking an easy 6% on your savings disappearing fast. My play would be, if you have a cash sitting around, I would seriously look at locking it in a high term deposit rate this week before they drop any further. If you have a mortgage, rates will follow savings down later this year, but man, it's going to be painfully slow crawl. Don't get trapped. To your broker about split fixing your loan so you can catch the drop when it's finally happening. Okay? So the fourth one is the $620 million bank bombshell. And speaking of bank crashing, the party, did you see this a massive $620 million bombshell just dropped that is going to completely shake how we bank in New Zealand? Heartland Bank just signed a deal to buy a TSB. They are merging to create this brand new corporate giant called TSB Heartland. Overnight, they're becoming New Zealand's 7th largest bank, controlling over $15 billion in assets to take on the big Aussie 4 and the Kiwi bank. Yep, my take, if you have an account or a mortgage with TSB or Heartland, don't panic, your money's completely safe and deal won't fully close until December. But here is my insight. Mergers almost always mean corporate cost cutting, which usually branch closures down the line. On the bright side, a bigger bank means better technology. Keep a very close eye on their interest rates over the next few months. They're going to be hungry for your business during the transitions. The regional ghost towns. Something really strange is happening in our farming communities right now. Farmers are actually feeling pretty positive about the future. Milk and meat prices are looking up, yet they're completely terrified of spending a single dollar. Did you see that news? Tractor sales have plummeted 20%. Why has that happened? So here we are. Because absolutely nobody wants to take a high interest debt right now. Yep. What this means for us. That's tractors. What does it mean for us? If you live or run a business in a regional town like I do, brace yourself. It's going to be quiet for a few more months while the backbone of our economy holds the cash. But don't panic, the optimism is there. Once interest rate finally takes a dive, the farming money is going to be flood straight back into our local shops. Sixth, the IRD Ute crackdown, the payoff. Yeah. And finally, the one that has me shaking my head. The IRD just put their foot down on the Ute text and tradies are absolutely furious. People lobbied the government hard to get double cab Utes exempted from their fringe benefit tax. But the tax department just said, no way, if you use company Ute to grab groceries or take the kids to a sports on the weekend, the IRD legally considers it personal perk and they want their cut. So my advice in that is if you are a business owner or your logbooks need to be 100% bulletproof, if you can't prove that Ute stays parked at the yard on the weekends, budget for the tax because audit session is coming. But if you are everyday buyer, keep your eyes peeled. I reckon a lot of businesses about to dump their double cabs on the second-hand market to avoid the tax headache, which means cheap Utes are coming. Yep. So things are moving incredibly fast right now. But if you budget smart, protect your cash, and know your rights, you can absolutely win this game. Hit that follow button so we can navigate this together, and I'll catch you in the next video and let me know in the comments what you feel and what else shall we cover if there's something that we have missed on as well. Catch you guys